Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
It's May 3rd.
Yeah?
Oh shit, tomorrow's May the 4th. We could talk about Star Wars again.
We've already done that. Didn't we do that last May 4th, actually?
Yeah, it's been like a year.
Whoa. That's trippy.
Is it?
Anyway.
I think it's actually just extremely existential in the way that it is tripping me.
So basically what I said, just with the extra steps for no reason.
Your mom?
Yes, my mom.
It's gonna be a terrible episode.
Welcome to the topic-less episode. We've got a few things we could talk about. We would be talking about something relevant like Moon Knight if I had Disney Plus. I don't, though.
I mean, I could talk about it, but I think I've already talked about it. Except the 5th episode was actually amazing, and Oscar Isaac does some of the best acting, I think, in any Marvel property ever, so...
That's what I've heard.
So you're definitely missing out if you watched it. I severely have questions about what you're doing with your time. Anyways.
Ooh, exciting.
What?
Exciting. I love missing out.
Don't we all? Don't we all love that feeling when one of our close friends has a birthday party and deliberately doesn't invite you, and you just see people post about it in your story, and you're just sitting at home? It's such a great feeling.
What are you referring to?
I don't know.
You say, did this happen recently to somebody?
Yeah, it happened to you, actually.
Did it?
Yeah.
I feel like I would have known that would happen to me.
Your dad?
Anyway, what's your favorite Star Wars property, excluding, the good movies?
Well, define the good movies. The original trilogy?
Well, the movies that you would give a 6 out of 10 or higher.
So that excludes the originals, Revenge of the Sith, and The Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and Rogue One. Actually, wait, Rogue One's the 6. So yeah, Rogue One. So out of the first 2 prequels, The Rise of Skywalker and Solo. Is that what you're asking?
I mean, yeah, but there's other properties. I didn't say movie, I said property.
I mean, The Mandalorian's good, so I can't rank that. Book of Boba Fett was bad. I haven't seen all of the Clone Wars, and I haven't seen Rebels, so...
Alright, so it's settled. Your answer is something stupid, bro.
It's obviously Attack of the Clones. It's the worst one.
So bad.
At least the Phantom Menace has Liam Neeson, and he looks like Jesus.
What?
Also, Darth Maul's lightsaber is pretty cool. And the score is good. That's it.
Interesting.
Well, what's your least favorite Star Wars property, excluding the good films, which I'm assuming are the ones that I already mentioned?
My least favorite?
Yeah.
Probably Phantom Menace.
Okay, what's your favorite?
My favorite in that criteria?
Yeah.
That really weird criteria that you just set up?
Did you ask me?
Probably. We'd have to, probably the Clone Wars, the peak Clone Wars, you know what I'm saying?
You mean the movie?
I don't know why that you think that's what I mean.
Oh, you mean you've seen the Clone Wars show?
Yeah, a good amount. It's been a while, but I did enjoy what I saw of it, so I do remember that.
You watched all 7 seasons of the Clone Wars?
No, I'm being very clear right now that I haven't seen all of it, but I have seen a good amount of it, and I enjoyed it.
That's good. It's the Clone Wars, all right, because there's clones that are warring, so...
Exciting.
You're just gonna say that the whole episode. I feel like you've said it at least 3 times.
No, I don't think so.
Exciting. At least when he sees a hospital bomb blow up and multiple like children and like wounded civilians died.
Exciting.
Ellis is also an extreme war criminal.
What? No.
He has 37 confirmed kills, 280 unconfirmed.
180 unconfirmed? What does that even
It's
just speculation? Like,
the kills are in active development, but they're not confirmed to be in production.
oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Like,
oh, wait, no, it doesn't.
Like Morbius 2.
Yeah, I can't wait for Morbius 2. Matt Smith takes on a starring role after he's resurrected from the dead.
I hope he gets a spin-off film, actually.
What?
I hope Morbius, Milo from Morbius gets a spin-off film.
Why would you ever hope that?
Because then
I just want to see his story in between, like, the time jump within the film.
Or it becomes, like, rich for some reason, and then he's like, I want a cure. Cure me, Daddy Morbius. And he's like, no, I'm a Sigma male.
I thought you didn't finish law school. That's because I didn't. That's a stupid line. Obviously, if he's saying that he thought you didn't finish law school, obviously you didn't finish law school. You don't have to say the rest of it.
Wait, was that a line in Morbius?
Yes. When he walks in and he's like, I thought, like, it was like, your lawyer's here or something. And he's like, I thought you didn't finish law school. He's like, that's because I didn't. It's like, okay. What's even the point of saying that?
I thought you killed that woman because I did. Tommy, I thought you didn't go into work. I didn't. Oh, thank you.
I'm just saying that Wes Anderson celebrated his birthday recently, and, like, Matthew hasn't seen enough Wes Anderson movies. I'm just saying.
I mean, I saw Fantastic Mr. Fox in theaters when it came out, which was, like, 2009 or something.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in, what has that been, 13 years? Holy shit, that's 13 years ago.
Yeah.
I saw I saw that really old Nice theater, remember? It's like behind the Fluor Hy-Vee.
Oh, yeah.
I quite like that theater. I don't think it's open anymore, though. I also saw Gravity in that theater, and I was like 8 years old. Or, no, I wasn't 8. Fuck, because I was like, 2013, so 9 years ago.
So weird.
I saw that in theaters, and it was a good movie, except it gave me, like, extreme, like, nausea, because it was just fucking constant spinning.
Gravity is such a polarizing movie. Like, it's a really good achievement, but at the same time, it's just kind of like what?
Even as, like, a small child, I was like, this is, like, a really bare bones plot, because it's, like an 85-minute movie, and, like, and George Clooney was, like, severely underused, and then, like, the other actress was, like, severely not as good.
Sandra Bullock, right?
Yeah, I'm just not really impressed with what I've seen from her, because I think the last thing I saw her in was fucking Bird Box, which I think everybody's forgotten about that movie ever existing.
You didn't like her in Ocean's 8?
I didn't subject myself to that. And then, was that like the all-female, like, Ocean's remake, or whatever, reboot, or whatever?
Yeah.
That was like, Ghostbusters did that, and it worked very well for them, so we should do that too. And it also failed.
I mean, yeah, it was much better than the Ghostbusters one, though. Like, it was kind of fun, I guess.
Yeah, but like,
it's just like the editing was so bad in that movie.
I bet.
Jeez, it was so bad.
We know a thing or two about when you let a woman edit.
I don't know if there was a female editor. There was a female cast.
I know. I mean,
Netflix.
What about Netflix?
You see how they're like
they're like
for
losing a lot of viewers.
Yeah, it was like the first quarter like they ever like lost subscribers, and they're like down like a lot of people, and they're expected to lose a lot more as well.
Well, it's because they increased prices, and like they made it so you can't share passwords, and then like they keep like canceling good shows. Like Big Mouth's got renewed for like season 7. Then they canceled BoJack, so I don't know their decision making.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to me. But what do I know?
Who?
And then Big Mouth's got like a spin-off series too.
They make the weirdest fucking movies. They also made like Tall Girl 2 and like
Yeah,
the Kissing
they
Booth
like
3.
approved that.
The
I don't know
Kissing...
what they expected when they approved Tall Girl 2.
And every single good movie they add just leaves in a month. It's like, what's the point of service? I mean, they have some good older shows. Like, I'm currently watching Breaking Bad, and it's a very good Netflix show. But, like, it's also not a Netflix show, so...
I mean, facts.
I don't watch a lot of Netflix original stuff. I know my girlfriend does sometimes. Like, she'll just watch them when they're on Netflix. But I also just don't casually scroll Netflix. Because what was that? They had a newish movie come out that everybody loved for some reason, but I never watched it. With the Adam Project. I didn't watch that. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty bad.
Was it bad? I remember people were saying like it's like amazing. It's like a great film.
Yeah, people were really into it. And it had like a really like out there plot, but it like wasn't good. It was Ryan Reynolds, so like.
I mean, does he play the same character he's played like in every single role for the last like 15 years? Actually, 20 years.
Yeah, about then. Since like Van Wilder. Have you seen Van Wilder?
What's the plot of that one?
It's like a college, and like Van Wilder is like a guy on the college that's like really weird.
Isn't he like a super senior or whatever?
Yeah, it's
yeah, I've
like
seen that. My parents like showed me that movie, but they haven't shown me The Godfather. And then like, that movie was fine, I guess. It was like really dated. Like, it was so dated. I could like taste the dated. Also, the plot was so fucking weird. It was just like, oh, he's getting kicked off college because he's been like a senior for like 10 years. And I was like, 10 years? I feel like they would have kicked him out after like 3. And wasn't the whole movie just him?
So.
The whole plot of the film was him just like finding a way to pass his last semester of his senior year. And I was like, most senior years are usually pretty chill because like you're caught up with everything. So if you're already caught up, why are you struggling with your senior year? You're like 23.
It also had a sequel. I don't know if you knew that.
It had a sequel with Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds, I believe, did not appear.
How'd you make a sequel to that?
I had Cal Penn, so it's fine.
Who?
The guy who was Taj. It's called Van Wilder. It's called Van Wilder: The Rise of Taj or something.
So it's like a prequel? I'm confused.
Basically, yeah.
That's actually the most retarded thing I've heard in like 3 hours.
It's not a prequel, but like, it's still really bad. You know it. You know.
I know. Allie was watching one time. I only watched like parts of it because like I was just like would rather watch anything else. It was like
watching what?
A Ryan Reynolds film where he was like fat for the beginning and then he like became skinny and like the whole plot was like he came back and now he was hot and like everybody liked him. I was like, is this really the plot?
Oh yeah.
And the only appeal of the film was at the beginning you got to see Ryan Reynolds act in a fat suit for like 10 minutes and like then there was like 110 minutes left. It reminds me of that one Central Intelligence where it was just kind of funny to see like fat The Rock for like 10 minutes, but then it was like this weird Kevin Hart movie for like another hour and 40 minutes. And like the whole gist of the film was that The Rock was like a nerd.
It wasn't funny.
And The Rock was like the nerd character and Kevin Hart was like the cool character.
And then as they were adults, they flipped and then I needed to team up for the CIA.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? And then, like, Justin gave it, like, a 3 or something on fucking Letterboxd, and I was like, what?
You gave it, like, 3 stars. I was like,
I think that's, like, 2.5 stars, a little high. 2 stars high, actually. It's a 1, probably. Kevin Hart and The Rock are hilarious. Kevin Hart and The Rock are hilarious together, like, in interviews, but, like, anytime they do a movie, they just don't write anything good.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately,
it's really funny when they're like in person though, because like Kevin Hart will just make fun of The Rock being bit all the time, and The Rock's just like, "You're fucking short, bitch." Fuck. And then
so funny.
It's so funny. It's just really funny to make fun of people's physical appearance. Like, I think that's how you should teach your kids to treat other kids.
Their tweets are hilarious. Haha.
Just walk up to a fat kid at your school and be like, "Hey, fat fuck, stop eating, you fucking bitch," and like slap their belly and be like, "Haha, fat ass." And then like I think they'll actually think you're being an extremely funny individual and not belittling them whatsoever.
That reminded me of Return to Sleepaway Camp. Have you ever seen Return to Sleepaway Camp?
I heard, isn't that like after the third one, after like 20 years, they made like a direct sequel to the first one, and like it was really bad.
Yeah, and it's like the original creator and stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't like terrible.
It's pretty bad. I mean, it could have been worse, but it was pretty bad. I just remember like the main character is like a fat kid at the camp, and like there's just a moment where like one of the other characters gets mad at him, and she's just like, "Get out of here, you fatty fat."
Nobody talks like that.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Like, bro.
That reminds me, I think they're making a remake of that movie, aren't they?
There was something like that. Pretty much any movie that's ever existed, like at some point in the past like couple of years, there's been like people have been like trying to like create some type of like extension upon it.
No, remember they fucking like remade Flatliners and like nobody cared about that movie in the 90s when it came out, so I don't know why they remade it in 2015.
Yeah, this was a stupid choice. Like, why would they do that?
Yeah, like even so, like it was like released in the late 90s, so it was still like mostly accurate, and they're like in the middle of the 2010s, they're like, you know what? It's time for a reimagining.
Of course.
Why? It's like making a remake to Tremors. It's like, okay, you're just gonna have a movie in the modern age in a desert with giant worms. It's so much different from the movie in the 90s about worms in a desert. Here's a desert.
Hey, the new Firestarter comes out.
I'm so unbelievably not hyped for that. I can't believe they're even making that. Like, I don't know why John Carpenter's actively scoring that movie when he can score like good movies.
He could, but why would he?
Like, imagine if John Carpenter scored the new. Imagine if John Carpenter scored the new Doctor Strange movie directed by Sam Raimi. Like, oh,
that would be such a weird choice. I don't know if I would like that.
Obvi. No. I'm just saying, John Carpenter gets so much better work, so I don't know why he's doing a fucking random Stephen King remake.
It's because he knows the quality. That's why it's going to be a good movie.
It has Zac Efron in it, and the trailer looks so bad. It also spoils everything. Also, we just watched the original movie, you know it's going to happen, so there's no need. It's like the Pet Sematary remake, which was like better than I thought it would be, but like it's so similar, it's inept to make it.
Yes.
The only thing they did different was that they switched the kid that dies, which they made it sound like a big deal. But like literally the same exact plot happened. Like nothing different happened. And it actually made less sense, because why would an 11-year-old girl walk into the middle of a road when like there's clearly traffic compared to like an actual toddler?
If anything, making that stupid change for like no reason was like damaging, because like there's just no point.
Yeah, I mean, they added like some different like trippy sequences from the book, I think, with like an evil god, but like then they didn't do anything with it.
But then like John Lithgow, so it's kind of like whatever.
I mean, that was a good casting, I guess, but like he also just like died like in the original, so there was nothing new added. And then
sometimes that is better.
That's a good line. I don't like the original Pet Sematary either. Like my parents showed me that, and they acted like this classic, and I was like, it's really actually quite.
People are always like, oh bad. Yeah, this is like a classic, and it's like, I guess, like technically.
Because the original Pet Sematary was also a kids movie, not a kids movie, a TV movie. It is not a kids.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not a kids movie.
You want, because like they also talk about the It miniseries movie, and like these classic Stephen King ones. It's like, no, they're actually pretty terrible.
Yeah.
I haven't seen all of the 90s It, but like it's just, I don't know if I want to sit down and subject myself to like 3.5 hours of that, because it was so bad from what I've seen. I
mean, like, it got some like enjoyable camp, like I will admit that, but like overall it's just kind of.
I'd much rather just watch the newer ones. Like that's an example of a good Stephen King remake, because it was actually like different and like actually an adequate film.
Yeah. The first It's definitely not bad, and I mean the part 2 was pretty mid overall.
Of the newer ones,
both of which I'm pretty happy they were made. You know.
Are you talking about the new ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have problems with both of them, but like if I watch them like together, it's like a pretty solid like experience. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's nothing. I think It Chapter 2 is like a significant downgraded script writing from the first one. I don't know how they did that because like they filmed it like right after they finished the first one, so I don't know where the dip in quality went. But
yeah, it is kind of weird. But
it was also like
I guess
unnecessarily
right?
like a 3-hour movie, which is like I was excited that was like a 3-hour horror movie, but then like there was like probably maybe like a half hour of that movie that did not need to be there.
At least.
What's with movies these days wanting to be long for some reason?
It's the hot new trend, bro.
Because like Doctor Strange 2, like it came out that it was like only like 2 hours and like 6 minutes or whatever. And people were complaining that was too short.
I know, it's so weird.
I was like, I guess it could have been longer, but also like Sam Raimi's known for making tight script films. Like each of the Spider-Man movies he made were like just over 2 hours. So, and I'm pretty sure the first two Evil Deads were like an hour and like 29 minutes. So,
yeah, and like how like long or short a movie is definitely depends on the genre because like some like genres it makes sense for a movie to be 2 hours. Like that's kind of like average, but like we were talking about The Bubble earlier, like if it's like a comedy, like it should not be 2 hours, especially if it's not funny at all.
Yeah, I mean like a superhero movie like over 2 hours is kind of like the norm. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we complained about Venom 2 being like only an hour and a half. I mean, it was good that it was over so fast, but like for a movie in the superhero genre, usually need longer than an hour and a half to actually make a decent product.
I mean, if like there's any sort of like good expression in the script, it would be a little bit longer, like just because of like the parameters of the film that's being set up there. So
yeah, I mean, I've always had parents or older people I know. Like I remember my parents didn't want to see Endgame because it was 3 hours, and I was like, well, it has like a completely just reason, and it actually has a perfectly fine excuse to be like 3.5 to 4 hours. So that's a movie that should be 3 hours. And Endgame's actually one of those 3-hour movies that goes by extremely fast.
that is true. It's like crazy the pacing of that movie because like it does not feel like 3 hours to me. It feels so much shorter.
I mean, on rewatches, I guess I feel like a little bit more, but like I'm so fine with it being 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, Endgame's always kind of I don't like it less. I notice more problems with it. But nothing will beat the theater, being in the theater for that. Or Infinity War. Infinity War was also a good theater experience. Because after those credits started rolling, the whole audience was just quiet. It was so weird. Everybody was like quiet until the end credits scene. Everybody just was not speaking. It was kind of nice.
That is crazy, actually.
Did you not have that experience?
What?
Did that not happen for you when you saw it?
I don't fully remember, but I remember something like that because it was a crazy moment and it was rather surreal. I do know that for sure.
Oh yeah. Just the ending of that movie was such a shock. I remember when after Infinity War came out, people were saying that Far From Home, which was being filmed at the time, was actually a fake movie, and they were just trying to make us all believe Spider-Man was going to come back, and he's actually still dead. And I was like, you know how stupid you sound right now? You sound literally stupid.
You know how stupid you sound right now? Like, extremely stupid.
Why would they pay millions of dollars to make a fake film when they could just not make that? You're actually stupid.
Well, because, you know, you know.
Then I also see people online being like, the Amazing Spider-Man films are so much better than, like, Homecoming and Far From Home. Those movies are so mid.
I saw this thing the other day that was this guy who was like, oh my gosh, happy 8th anniversary to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I was like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The 8th anniversary of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 when you want to celebrate it? That makes no sense.
People were like that yesterday because I guess it was Iron Man's 14th anniversary. And I was like, why would you post it on the 14th and not, like, the 15th?
Yeah.
I don't care.
There was this one thing, you know that, like, Mecha Godzilla guy on Instagram?
Oh, don't tell me he posted.
There was this one time, it was like a post, it was like the 28th year anniversary of like the 4th like Friday the 13th film or something, and he was like, oh guys, happy 28th anniversary to like Friday the 13th 4. It was like, what?
Who the fuck cares? Who actually, like, I'm actually asking. Who asked? Let me see this.
And then it was like, oh, like happy 21-year anniversary to Leprechaun 2. I was like, what the heck?
Did you know Henry Jackman is the only composer to work in the MCU and MonsterVerse? Oh, shocking fact. Composers get other work.
No, really?
I mean, today actually is the 20th anniversary of Spider-Man 2002, so that's actually...
That's today?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like... I didn't know that was today.
I saw that and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Doctor Strange 2 is like just coming out.
Well, because that's at least the 20-year anniversary of like a popular film. That kind of makes sense, at least.
Like, that makes sense to celebrate. It's been 20 years, which is just weird to think about. But, top 5 ways Terror of Mechagodzilla is the better movie of 1975, and 5 ways it's Jaws. Excuse me?
Are you...
One of the reasons for Terror is because it's the final Godzilla movie. What?
What?
While we had to wait 1 hour to see any monsters, the last 20 minutes is just non-stop kaiju action. That means it's a better film. They had to wait an hour to get anything that the title said. The Titanosaurus is one of Toho's most interesting monsters. No. Not in any sense whatsoever.
What?
Titanosaurus is like mid. One of the reasons why Jaws is better is just because the shark death was cool. Not like the script or like the filmmaking or like the atmosphere. One of your reasons why...
What do you think about any of that, bro? Bruce, super cool.
One of his reasons is fucking just because Jaws was like the biggest movie of all time when it came out. A reason for a movie being better than other movies should not be that it made money. That makes literally no sense.
But come on, that makes so much sense. That's why movies are considered good.
Okay.
Make money.
This is worse. I've just found some of the worst shit I've ever seen. So he made a post about the Godzilla, King Kong, and Gamera movies that made him a fan of the genre. And the 3 Godzilla movies he uses were 1998, Son of Godzilla, and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla.
That's horrible.
And then King Kong 2005, which is fun. And then Gamera vs. Barugon. Okay. Ever notice how Spider-Man No Way Home stole an idea from Godzilla 2014 of teasing us?
What?
He means when, like, Godzilla 2014 cut away from the fight. And then in Spider-Man No Way Home, they cut away from King Goblin at one point in the film. So that means they're referencing each other.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what that means.
Who would win, Toto versus Baragon? I wonder, the fucking fire-breathing flying turtle or fucking thing with fucking... King Kong Trilogy? King Kong, Son of Kong, and Mighty Joe Young? Is that movie not related?
No.
I don't think that movie's related.
What?
This is literally the podcast right now. Happy 50th anniversary to Mothra vs. Godzilla and 16th anniversary to Gamera the Brave.
Yeah, it's always stuff like that. Like, what?
It's not like it's like every 5 years you do that. Who cares about the 16th anniversary? Okay, he has one good post actually. Happy 66th anniversary to Godzilla King of the Monsters and happy 4-year anniversary to Avengers Infinity War. I'm gonna throw up.
Same.
There's gotta be one more funny post here. Come on. What's better, the Gamera Heisei trilogy or the MonsterVerse? Is that a question? The Gamera... What are you talking about?
What?
The Gamera trilogy is actually like some of the most peak kaiju content ever released. They're actually good films. Compared to Kong Skull Island. Top 5 ways Gamera 3 is the better movie of 1999, and 5 ways it's Godzilla 2000. How is Godzilla 2000 in any way comparable to Gamera 3?
It's better.
Godzilla 2000 was literally only made because of the 1998 film. Tarnished the brand's reputation so much they had to make something. Anything. And when I was a kid, I loved 2000. It's not good, though. Godzilla's design is fucking awesome, though. So, by the way, how would you rank Wes Anderson's films?
How would I rank them?
Yeah, like, what's the worst one? What's the best one?
Well, like, you mean like in total?
Yeah, like worst to best.
Okay, so number 10 is Bottle Rocket, which is his debut.
Why is that?
I'd give it.
And I give a brief explanation on why they're at where they're at.
So I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's a good movie. It's actually a really enjoyable, really fun. Like it's like a crime movie kind of. It's like a heist type thing. It's got the Wilson brothers, Luke Wilson and Owen Wilson, which was the beginning of their long-term collaboration with Wes Anderson. And it's actually a really enjoyable, funny film. Number 9 is The Royal Tenenbaums, which I know a lot of people probably, it's like one of their favorites of his. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a very good movie, though. Really good, like, family, like, drama that also has some good comedic aspects to it. I'd give it about an 8 out of 10. Pretty good movie. Then next is Rushmore. Really, really interesting movie. It marks the first time that Bill Murray appeared in a Wes Anderson film, and now Bill Murray has been in every single Wes Anderson film since then. Fun fact. Yeah, Rushmore is just really good. 8 out of 10. Then the Darjeeling Limited, which is still a really weird title, but great Owen Wilson performance and a really fun movie overall. I really enjoyed it. 8 out of 10. Next is The French Dispatch. Absolutely beautiful film. I really enjoy that story. It's a bit more loose, a bit more out there than some of his better films, but still really good. 8 out of 10. Then The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. I'd give it about an 8 out of 10 as well. It was panned when it first came out, but like as time has gone on, people have kind of realized that it's actually a really poignant film. It's got some really, really good aspects to it. Bill Murray gives an incredible performance in the lead role. All the characters bounce off of each other perfectly. It's got that Wes Anderson visual flair, which is incredible. Number 4 is Isle of Dogs, his second stop-motion animated film. It's almost perfect. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. There's just a couple things that I would change, but it's so adorable. It's so charming. It's so fun to watch. It's so worth revisiting. Really, really good. Number 3 is Moonrise Kingdom, which I'd give a 9 out of 10. It's also almost perfect. I would just give the story a little bit more of like I'd have him flesh out that story a little bit more, give it just a tiny bit more like purpose throughout the entire thing. But it's kind of like a live action Fantastic Mr. Fox in a lot of ways. It's the first time you really see him coming to his own and how distinct his actual way of working the camera and like getting those shots and the symmetry that he loves to impose onto his films. Really fantastic, along with a lot of great performances and a really beautiful story. Number 2 is The Grand Budapest Hotel. It's pretty much perfect. I absolutely adore that film in every way. I love it so much. 10 out of 10. It's absolutely amazing. And number 1 is Fantastic Mr. Fox, which is a perfect animated film. 10 out of 10.
I guess I've seen his best film then.
No, you've seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, which is probably his best film. Duh.
Okay, so it's only down from here.
What do you mean?
Whatever film I watched was next is going to be worse than Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, but they're all incredible. Like, literally, his worst film, I gave a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I've heard a lot of praise for him. I just have never gone around to it. I have heard one complaint about him in the last few years. I don't know if it's actually a good complaint. I think just a lot of people are saying that they're getting tired of his films because he's he's almost becoming like a cliche of himself. Like, it just feels like every Wes Anderson film is just him making a Wes Anderson film and not being super unique. Or he just kind of stays in like a similar structure.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I can definitely like see that, but for me, it's more like he's definitely got his own style, and he's really made that his own, and like it's become so distinct that it's recognized by a lot of people, which I think is good, because like a lot of different techniques that he imposes, and because it's become popular, because it's become synonymous with him, a lot more people get to learn about the some of those finer points of filmmaking, which is really cool, which I really like. And it's just, his movies are just beautiful, like just the way that, like it's so distinct to him, and I think that that's just the cool thing. Like, you know, it's a Wes Anderson movie, and the stories they are continuously unique. So that's like the main thing that I think is really well done. But then again, what do I know?
I mean, he does some fair things. Aren't most of his movies, he does pretty long movies as well, doesn't he?
Kind of, yeah. Well, not really. A couple of them are kind of longer than you would expect, probably. But
yeah, I mean, I'd absolutely want to check out some of his other stuff. Just haven't got around to it. I will have free time coming here soon.
I recommend the Grand Budapest Hotel. You should definitely check that one out.
I know that one got a lot of praise. Didn't that get like an Oscar as well?
Yeah, it won, I think, Oscar for like makeup and hairstyling or something, and it was nominated for Best Picture, and I got a bunch of other nominations.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't have too much to add. I mean, I know Bill Murray's in some of them, it looks like here, the picture I picked.
Yeah, Bill Murray, he wasn't in his first film, Bottle Rocket, but he's been in it.
I would think that'd be a pretty good duo because he's like a pretty good comedic actor, and Wes Anderson probably is very good at directing. So, and yeah, I guess it's just weird for me to think that Bill Murray actually still acts, because I don't feel like I see him in anything anymore.
Yeah, well, he's in every Wes Anderson film since the first one he appeared in. So
I mean, that's a good sign for sure, because it took him like 30 years to even do a cameo in another Ghostbusters movie. So
that is true.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard recently, but the latest Bill Murray film got like suspended because he apparently had inappropriate behavior on set. But it sounds like all he did was say like a controversial joke that upset a woman, which it's like, it's Bill Murray, so what do you really expect? So, because when I first heard about it, I thought he had like a sexual assault allegation, because that's usually what they're for, but he made like a joke that she didn't like, that he has to like now apologize for, and like thousands of people's jobs are just on hold because this woman got really offended.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the joke was. Maybe it was like really bad, but like still, it just seems kind of like a dumb thing to halt the production of an entire film over.
I'd say so.
Also, a recent thing came out. I don't know. Did you hear this Marvel news? Apparently, Kevin Feige confirmed that Kang dying in Loki was the reason Doctor Strange's spell, or allowed Doctor Strange's spell to go wrong in No Way Home. I mean, I assume that, but it's kind of nice to hear that confirmed.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that makes the show, watching all the shows, feel a lot more rewarding.
Yeah, at least they're giving purpose to that type of stuff.
I questioned that because I was like, well, if like the TVA's around, why did No Way Home even happen? So I guess that at least makes sense. I mean, what's your excitement level so far for Doctor Strange? You're seeing it Friday, right?
Yes, I'm seeing it on Friday. I'm pretty excited.
You get all the cheering
looking
in
forward
the
to
theaters.
this one for a long time.
What'd you say?
I've been looking forward to this one for a long time, so I am pretty excited.
Yeah, I think we both have. I mean, I haven't been like, jizzing my pants over it, but I have been very interested in what this movie's gonna even be. So a lot of the early viewers are saying it's very Sam Raimi, and even suggesting they don't bring kids to the film because it's the most horror the MCU has had late, which makes me very excited. But I also don't know what that means. It could not really be horror, and these people are just saying it is.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems kind of weird to me, but then again, what do I know?
I'm assuming it's fine to bring kids to. It just has some more like horrific elements that kids might get freaked out by, which is fine because like he did that in his Spider-Man films as well. Like the Green Goblin was generally pretty scary in the movie, and there was that one scene in Spider-Man 2 where Otto in the hospital. It was very like Evil Dead like inspired, and that was technically a horror element, but it wasn't like something that terrified me when I watched it as a kid.
Right.
Even in Spider-Man 3, I mean, Venom was portrayed much more as a horror character, and well, just the symbiote in general. So it made sense. There was also some pretty horrific deaths in that Raimi trilogy, so I kind of just expect that to be in this, but it's kind of like this movie's just going to be kind of crazy because it's multiverse stuff, and it's going to be like variants of characters all over the place. So,
yeah, I mean, I definitely expect it to be kind of, I mean, I guess somewhat freaky compared to some other, at least the MCU. I mean, it is Raimi. That's kind of his roots. That's his style, his shtick, if you will. So like, it's definitely exciting. I love Sam Raimi is actually one of my favorite directors. Evil Dead is one of my favorite movies ever made, and Evil Dead 2 is one of my favorite sequels ever made. Obviously, I'm a big fan of his Spider-Man trilogy, so I've always enjoyed a lot of his work, a lot of what he does.
Yeah, so, he hasn't directed for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a little while since he's had a feature film, and Doctor Strange, one of my favorite characters, and ever since I heard that title, like when they dropped it like 4 years ago, I was really excited. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped. So the hype has been building for a while for this one. So
yeah, I'm seeing Saturday night ready. IMAX. That'll be pretty exciting. I also have heard that to not be like super focused on the cameos, which I haven't been, but apparently a lot of the cameos that have been rumored aren't exactly in the movie, which is kind of what I expected because the rumors were kind of out of control. Like people are saying Tobey Maguire is going to be in the movie, and it's like I don't think Tobey Maguire is going to be in this movie. But of course Patrick Stewart's going to be in this, which will be exciting because it'll be interesting to see him portray that character again. And there's also rumors of John Krasinski playing Mr. Fantastic, which would be a great casting. And
yeah, I have heard.
There's also going to be a lot of continuation of the WandaVision storyline with Wanda, of course, which I didn't love WandaVision, but I do love Wanda's character, so I'm also excited for that. And they're going to explore a lot of different like worlds and realities, which I think will be interesting. So as long as it's a Sam Raimi film that's focused on Doctor Strange's story overall, I think it'll be pretty good, which is what I've been hearing. So
yeah, it definitely gives it promise.
And it's pretty cool to think about because in Spider-Man 2 he referenced Doctor Strange, and now he's getting to make a movie with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It's just good to see him working again. It seems like he had a really good time making this movie, so I'm happy for him. Because I know he still hangs the disappointment that was Spider-Man 3. Really, he almost didn't even direct this because of Spider-Man 3 hate. So yeah, I'm glad he's got a win, seems like.
Yeah, it looks like it so far. Definitely pretty exciting.
Also, Avatar 2 trailer is going to be in front of this, and I just can't wait for Avatar 2.
I just don't care about Avatar 2 at all, so...
It looks visually amazing. I mean, I think it'll be worth it seeing it at the theaters, but I'm not, like, excited for it.
Yeah, I have, like, no reason to be. It's been, like, 25 years since the first one came out. Like, it's just kind of ridiculous.
There's also, like, rumors of Deadpool maybe being in this movie, which I don't know if that's going to happen, but...
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the rumors have seemed way too far-fetched to me, and I have no idea where they really have spawned from. So,
Yeah, the only one that I would like to see that I don't think is gonna happen is Tom Cruise's like an Iron Man variant, because that'd be kind of cool, since he was like going to be Iron Man. But I don't know if they can afford Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
So,
it seems kind of weird.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be much more focused on the story because I don't see Sam Raimi being a big cameo guy. So I am expecting a Bruce Campbell cameo at least. So
I mean, yeah, that just seems kind of expected.
yeah. I guess there's one thing we didn't talk about because last week we talked about CinemaCon, but right after we finished recording, there was Halloween Ends footage released. Not online, but there was descriptions of it. Did you see what the footage was or hear about it?
No, I didn't actually.
Okay, do you want me to read it out to you?
Sure.
I know you're not excited for this movie at all, but
No, I mean, I'm a little excited, I guess.
yeah, it doesn't sound like it was much, but it was definitely interesting. So, I think it came out, literally right after we stopped recording last week. So the trailer begins with some text that says, 44 years ago, the face of fear was born. Classic footage from the original Halloween was shown. And then a murder montage that shows the victims of Michael Myers on Halloween night, 78 and 2018. And then I guess Laurie says, this sounds really fucking cheesy. Every scream, every scare, every slash has led to this. In new footage, Laurie breathes heavily as she hides in a dark closet. Michael Myers stalks a kitchen with a knife. Laurie lunges at Michael and slashes at him. It's a brutal fight, apparently. Michael grabs Laurie's hair and slams her face first into a glass cabinet. Laurie grabs her knife and stabs it into Michael's hand. Again. The trailer ends with Michael on the table. Laurie stands over her prey with a butcher knife. And then it just says Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends, babe?
So pretty bare bones, but I guess that could be pretty interesting. I don't know how exactly brutal of a fight it's going to be when they're both 60, but that's just true. Me. It sounds very similar to the end of 2018, so I don't know what this movie's going to be. So I'm excited. Though.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. It's kind of odd what it's shaping up to be from what this trilogy has been. I'm excited nonetheless, though.
Yeah. I'm thinking they'll pull through. I think it'll be pretty good. And if it's pretty good, I think it'll make the whole trilogy much more better. I still think Halloween Kills is a pretty lacking film, though, overall. No matter how much enjoyment I get out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a mess in a lot of ways, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, and I love any Michael story, unless it's really bad, of course, but... Michael Myers is my boy when it comes to horror villains and icons and such. So it's just I enjoyed Halloween Kills for what it was. It had a lot of issues, but in the end, I'll be revisiting it, especially if ends up being a good capper to the trilogy. So I know we were really excited for Kills, and it was a big lead up, and just having that excitement with somebody was really cool. I think, at least for me, it was. So
yeah, it was for sure. I mean, I think we're both a little disappointed with the film. But I still enjoyed every second of it. And I think as time's gone on, I've enjoyed it more. But I still just think it could have been much better. So I think hopefully with this one, it's a bit more fleshed out. And I think having a time jump's going to make it a lot better story-wise. So
yeah, there was a lot of story jam-packed into a short amount of time with the first two.
Because I heard apparently before COVID, they were going to have all three of them take place on the same night, which I think is a terrible idea. So I'm glad they changed that from COVID. It seems like COVID's helped a lot of movies because they just rewrite it while they were in COVID, so it turned out much better. So I'm hoping this movie is that case. So
right, you get a bit more time to flesh it out, make sure it's how they want it to be.
Because I know we haven't
I
seen.
sure hope so.
I know we haven't seen the new Jurassic World film yet, but I know they said when COVID happened, they just like rewrote parts of the script, and they feel like they made it much better than what it originally was. So I think, hopefully, it's good. Hopefully, it's good. So
Hopefully.
I'm not gonna walk in with as high expectations as I had, but I'm definitely gonna be really hyped when we start getting marketing about this, and of course, talking to you about it. But yeah. And then of
Very
course
excited.
your most hyped film of the year got delayed until like mid next year.
Yeah, it's not upsetting at all, except for the fact that I'm very upset about it.
Yeah, it got delayed super far because this was supposed to come out like
It was supposed to come out in
October.
October, now it's like July.
I thought it was June.
Well, either way.
Yeah, it got delayed what, like 8 or 9 months. They must have really been behind. Yeah, they also like announced the third movie's title already.
I guess so.
It's like Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and then Beyond the Spider-Verse, or something like that. Which is fine, I guess. I guess I like that all the titles are kind of like similar, I guess. Also, they showed the first 20 minutes of it at CinemaCon. Just the first 20 minutes, nothing else.
But then they can't release it till like next summer.
Yeah, I know. There's like rumors that they're gonna release a trailer later this year, and it's not coming out for like 7 more months after that.
I mean, I would hope there would be some kind of trailer or something like.
Because like, what else have they been doing in the last, like, when was this movie announced? Like last year?
It was announced like in 2019.
Yeah, I don't know if they started production on it though until like last year maybe, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, it definitely took them a while to like start because they decided to have a bit of a gap, but they did announce it quite a while ago, and then even then, like, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, it was really funny at CinemaCon because I guess when they showed the Flash stuff, they just didn't mention Ezra Miller at all, and like they're mainly using Michael Keaton as marketing now for the Flash movie.
Michael Keaton is the god.
Yeah. It's just so weird that Michael Keaton's Batman again. I just don't know why.
I never thought I'd see it again. I
was like, okay, one movie where he comes back.
Not against it, but...
I was like, one movie where he comes back would be cool, but then like he's like gonna be in like multiple projects, and I'm like, I don't know how they got him to do that.
Yeah, it's really weird.
He's like 73 or something.
He's old.
I'm surprised he still can like fit the suit over him and not like crumble into like a ball. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's one more big thing we could kind of talk about for just a little bit, since it's kind of, we're both into film, so this might be something we have some interesting talking points on. But the whole Fast 10 drama about the director.
Vin Diesel sucks.
Yeah, Vin Diesel sucks. It turns out everything about The Rock and Vin Diesel's beef, I guess Rock was in the right 100%, which I kind of assumed. But
I mean, yeah, that just makes the most sense to me. I don't know how other people saw it, but
yeah, it's pretty upsetting to hear. It's a really bad sign when the director, who's like made like 5 of these movies, leaves like a week into production. That doesn't speak good for your movie.
Like a week into production.
Yeah, it was like a week into production, so like he was making this movie for a week, and just making the experience for a week was so bad, he had to quit. And apparently there was a meeting because Universal and Vin Diesel kept changing the script a weekend and like changing what he was making on set in real time. So it wasn't like before the fact when like you could have changed stuff. There was like during the filming on set, he was filming these scenes, and Vin Diesel was like, no, change this, change that, and Universal was on his side because it's Vin Diesel. I guess he said, I'm done, this isn't worth my mental health, and just walked away from $20 million is how much he would have made from this movie. He walked away from $20 million because Vin Diesel was so unbearable on set, which is insane.
That is the star of the film.
What?
The star. That is the star right there.
That is the star of your franchise. And apparently he was showing up to set, not knowing his lines, showing up super late, and showing up super not fit. He was showing up like fat. He wasn't in fit for the role. He didn't know his lines, and he wasn't even coming on time to set, and he's your lead actor. So you imagine how terrible it is if he's like correcting your script on set, but he's also not showing up on time to be in your movie that is costing you millions of dollars a day just to film.
And Brie Larson.
Yeah, and Brie Larson and Jason Momoa are in this, and like I guess they paid $100 million on just the actors for this movie.
Jason Momoa is also going to be in the Minecraft movie for some reason, but
yeah, Jason Momoa and apparently the movie's going to be live action, which doesn't make any sense.
What?
A Minecraft movie would just in live action. A Minecraft movie would just be fucking the forest. Like what? Also, I thought Steve Carell was going to be in the Minecraft movie as Steve. Like I thought that was the thing for like 8 years.
I guess not.
I mean, I guess I would have quit too after 8 years of waiting.
I wouldn't have. Like, dang, what a gig.
Is it?
Yes.
But obviously this whole Fast X drama is quite ridiculous. And I guess the replacement director is the director of The Incredible Hulk, which I don't know if that's a good director for a movie like this. So,
I guess we'll find out when the critically anticipated incredible Fast X releases.
I was so scared they were going to make Vin Diesel the director since he was correcting stuff so much. And imagine if Vin Diesel directed this. It would be so bad.
That'd be so horrible.
Because hasn't he directed
like a few movies? Every way. What?
He directed a few movies, didn't he?
He directed like one like actual film, I think. And like, I don't know anything about it. I just know it's probably really bad. So.
Yeah, I know people were saying he could be like Sylvester Stallone and direct his own movie, and I was like, I think that's completely different because Sylvester Stallone's kind of at least capable. Vin Diesel can barely like talk and like sound intelligent. I just can't believe he can't remember his lines for a movie he's been in for like 20 years, and like he said the same type of shit for like 9 movies. Like literally every line in F9 was just excruciating because it's just like the same shit he said in the last like 5 movies, just said a little differently. I just remember that one line from fucking Furious 7 when he's having that street fight with Jason Statham, and he's like, the thing about street fights, the street always wins. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You tell me that was written? That was written. This movie is commemorated to Paul Walker, and that is a line in your movie? The street wins. So how does a street win anything? It's a street. Also, in that scene, the street gets destroyed in that scene. So, no, the street did not win. It collapsed. What are you talking about?
Such a bad franchise. Jeez.
And, like, then the 8th one, they're like, oh, my God, Vin Diesel's evil now. And then, like, he actually wasn't evil. And it was, like, painfully obvious for, like, 2 hours.
Right.
And F9 was just terrible. So I'm not excited with this movie at all. I'm interested in what they're going to do, because I have no idea what they're going to do. And also, this movie sounds like a terrible production. And also, apparently they're making another one after this. And I don't know how.
What? They are?
I guess, yeah, because I guess Fast 10 and Fast 11 are going to be the 2-part climax to the whole series, apparently. So they're gonna end on an odd number, which is annoying.
I just can't imagine like an 11 film arc. That just seems so stupid.
Well, just even seeing a headline about Fast and Furious 10 costing $300 million 2 weeks in is ridiculous. If this movie doesn't make over $1 billion, it's going to be a loss for the studio because they're gonna spend like $500 million just making this fucking movie. Because if he was mean to this director who's been involved for like 10 years, well, you're just going to bring in the director of The Incredible Hulk and Vin Diesel's not going to boss him around either. Like, what do you think's going to happen? There's also heavy rumors they're going to bring back Paul Walker in one of these movies, like CGI style, which would be pretty bad, I would imagine.
I wouldn't like that personally.
Yeah, because I guess he said his mother, Paul Walker's mother, said to bring him back And Vin Diesel's like, I have to do what his mother wants. And I was like, okay, you're obviously lying. Psych it off. His mom just wants money because then you have to pay her to use his face. Which is just terrible on both you guys' parts for lying and being assholes about a dead man.
It's a little messed up.
It is heavily convenient, though. Not one, but two of his brothers are identical twins. So, I have no idea what they're going to do with this movie. Or the next movie, I guess. But, also, they don't have The Rock anymore either, which he was, like, the one decent performance in, like, any of these movies. Because, like, Hobbs and Shaw was, like, the first Fast and Furious movie I think I've genuinely enjoyed since Paul Walker's passed, and that movie had nothing to do with the main series, so... I don't even know if they're making a second one now because of The Rock leaving. I thought they were, though.
Yeah, I thought they were, but...
Because they were definitely leading into a sequel with Ryan Reynolds as, like, the villain. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Maybe. Or at least it'd be funny. And then, like, they just haven't... I haven't heard anything about that movie in, like, 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know if The Rock, like, swore off the entire franchise or just movies with Vin Diesel in the franchise. What?
It's a whole, like, stupid drama for, like, a movie that's called Fast X, which is very similar to Jason X, which kind of concerns me, so...
I mean, Jason X was a masterpiece for its franchise, so...
True. Then Fast 11, which I don't know what that one's going to be about, so... Also, just like...
I can't believe it's not called Fast 10 Your Seatbelt.
Yeah, I feel like that should at least be the tagline, so... At this point, I don't even know if this movie's going to make it to, like, a month into production, so... They might have to, like, switch to a different director every week, so then, like, they just have, like, 18 directors. It's like, we brought Wes Anderson in to film a week of Fast X.
Can you imagine?
We actually have...
Wes Anderson would not.
Denis Villeneuve is actually directing Fast 11. He's canceling Dune 2 because Fast 11 just really spoke to him. But yeah. Also, I don't know if you heard, but I guess Mission Impossible 7 is coming out. And then it's actually a part 1 to Mission Impossible 8. So we're getting...
What?
Mission Impossible 7 and 8, I guess, are a two-parter. And I think those are like it's going to be like the finale. But do we really need 8 Mission Impossible movies?
No, we don't need 2.
But I guess they've gotten better, critically speaking. So I don't.
I mean, yeah, like they're like they have had like a pretty good track record, at least over time.
But he's like 56 now, so, and he's like trying to kill himself in every movie. So
are these Top Gun Mavericks finally going to release? I don't see that stupid trailer anymore.
Yeah, I guess it's coming out the day that Obi-Wan Kenobi's coming out, and also Stranger Things 4. So
it should have came out like 7 years ago.
I don't think anybody's going to care about that when the other TV shows are coming out. So I also am not excited for it at all. I mean, I haven't seen the first one, but also the trailers just don't look... Like, I don't really know what the story is. Is it just the first one, but like 30 years later?
Yeah, probably.
With like newer jets, I guess.
I sure guess. How exciting. It's just like, believe me, it's like, my father trusted you, I'm not going to make the same mistake. It's like, that's so stupid, just shut up and die.
By the way, when does Men come out?
Also late next month, I believe, or this month. It's May already. Well, this month, I think.
Does it come out around your birthday?
Probably.
We can see that for your birthday, I guess.
Out of 10?
Yeah. Let me see. I thought it was like the 24th or something. Which is like actually
the 24th,
right at, which is the day after.
The 24th is a Tuesday, so.
Okay. It's the 20th, actually.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, we could... Oh, the early reviews already came out? Let's see what the reviews say. I'm interested. An intense, surrealist twist on the final girl trope will lead to more questions than answered, but theories will abound.
Does that count as a review?
I'll say this for Alex Garland's half-formed but fully intriguing Men, which cleaves much closer to the absurdness of Annihilation than its discourse-baiting title might suggest. It's rare to see a movie that evokes Richard Curtis and Lars von Trier in almost equal measure. What does that mean?
Have you heard of those guys?
No.
Well, it would make more sense if you would have heard of those people.
Men is going to be even more of a conversation starter than Annihilation or Ex Machina, but I suspect there's going to be much less agreement about what's going on. It's intense, opaque, challenging, and visceral as hell. It'll make people angry at the very least. That's intriguing.
Yes, sir.
Psychologically terrifying, but funnier than expected, thanks to a versatile Rory, thematically layered and vividly constructed with an unforgettable final sequence. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it looks really promising. I like the director behind it. So
I haven't seen Ex Machina. I've seen Annihilation.
Ex Machina is pretty good. Annihilation I really enjoyed. So
Annihilation, I loved it so much because it made me feel weird after I left. So, and like not many movies do that. So
it really did have like it invoked a genuine reaction, which is like really cool. So
I remember I recommended it to my parents, and when they saw it, they like questioned why I liked it, and I was like, I didn't know what to say because I was just like, did I watch the same movie or?
It's like, did you not like it? What's the problem?
I guess people didn't like it because I remember I saw it with my dad, and he was just like, that movie's weird, and I was like, yeah, that's why it's so good. And it's just like, it was just weird, and I was like, is that all you had to say?
Weird. That's kind of the point, bro. Like, oh.
He just kept saying it was weird, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of like the point, I guess. But there's like more to say about it than that, and he's like, it's just weird.
It's just weird.
I was like, okay. And then like he sees like It Chapter 2, and he's like, this is a visceral, enthralling horror masterpiece. I was like, it was pretty good, I guess. But yeah, this is the last podcast that won't be in person for a couple months, which is exciting. I don't know if you're excited at all.
I am pretty hyped.
Next time we'll be recording, it'll probably be in person. Actually, it will be in person. I don't know if we'll have a video out next Wednesday or not, and that depends entirely if I am back in my hometown by then. I might or I might not. I'm not entirely sure at the moment. But
yeah, we'll see. I do have to work next Wednesday, just so you know.
Oh yeah, so you just don't get Wednesdays off anymore.
It's just a really weird time for the workplace. You know how it goes.
Why are people like leaving or something?
No, it's just we're very low on managers, and then people gotta go on vacation. So then we're even lower.
I mean, I might be working there soon. I don't know. I haven't decided where I'm gonna work yet, but I might apply there. Are they pretty fast back on hiring?
Yeah, they can be.
How long?
To be completely honest, it's more sporadic, but like, it does have waves of quickness. So.
Okay. How long did it take for Tom to get hired? Oh, he took like 2 days. It was so weird.
It took like a couple days, but then like the process of him going through the orientation took forever because he didn't show up like 3 times.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what happens. I remember one day he was like, "Oh, I got the orientation. Like, I can't do anything." I mean, like he just ended up not going, but he made like a big deal that like he had to be at orientation on time, and then he just didn't go.
Yeah, it's actually really annoying.
Yeah, a little bit. I would assume so. But yeah, our for sure next topic will be Doctor Strange, of course, and Moon Knight, if you ever get caught up, because that finale's dropping tomorrow. But, you'll have like a week, so I guess if your Disney Plus decides to work at some point, you can get caught up. But if not, we'll talk about Doctor Strange and whatever else comes out.
Exciting.
Yeah, a lot of Marvel stuff coming up. This latter half of the month will be a lot of stuff. Because because, if you can't get Disney Plus to work, we can always just watch it. Watch stuff at my house or something. But, yeah. Because I'll definitely want to cover Kenobi. I don't know if you want to cover that, but I definitely do.
Yeah, Kenobi I was excited for, so we'll have to figure something out for that for sure.
Yeah, well, I'll be in town, so we just watch it every Wednesday.
You're Wednesday.
True. I know you're really hyped for Stranger Things Season 4, Part 1.
I don't really care about that.
Part 1 to a season. What the fuck does that mean?
I only saw like the first half of the first season, and I didn't really get connected to it, so I haven't really watched it.
I know a lot of people love it, and it just seems like the first season, I haven't seen it, but it just seems like it's a lot of like 80s nostalgia, so I don't know if it's really that good or people are just nostalgic.
Yeah, probably.
And then they made like 3 more seasons, and all people have said since then is that like it should have ended at like season 1 or 2, and then like the filmmakers said, "Oh, we're ending stuff at season 5. It's gonna feel like it ended really abruptly," and people are like, "It should have ended like season 1." Not just saying a show with 5 seasons is gonna feel like it ended abruptly.
Should have ended a long ass fucking time ago.
Absolutely. But we're all hyped for Fast X. It's probably the most anticipated film of next year. I cannot wait. I'm actually more excited for the production drama than I am for the actual film's release.
Yeah, that's fair, considering that the film itself is gonna be so bad, and like you can already tell how bad it's gonna be. So,
I mean, I'm always hoping for the best, but I'm not expecting much. So, also, I don't know if I keep figuring out shit to talk about. I hope you don't mind, but I guess
that's fine.
Okay, are you like busy tonight?
No, I'm just chilling.
I didn't know if you and Trinity had plans or something, but
No, I think she's sleeping.
Let's the bitch. All these actors are taking breaks because I guess Benedict Cumberbatch said at the premiere, he's like, "Yeah, I'm taking a break from acting after this movie," and then like Andrew Garfield's like, "I'm taking a break after this because they offered me Morbius 2," and then like,
yeah.
Some other actors taking it. Tom Holland's taking a break. It's like every single MCU actor is like taking a break, and it's like, oh, no Marvel movies anymore. Every actor is taking a break.
They're all on break right now.
And also, the director of the Fantastic Four movie, John Watts or whatever, he like has dropped down from directing it because he said he wants a break.
He wants to take a break from like superhero movies or something.
Which makes sense, but like also like, why'd you say you wanted to do it in the first place then?
Yeah.
I have a feeling. I heard a rumor that apparently it's because John Krasinski wants to be in it, but only if he gets to direct. So they're just telling him to say he wants to step down so they can have John Krasinski direct it, which would make sense.
If that ends up being true, that would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, because I think John Krasinski and Emily Blunt would be a perfect Sue Storm and Richard Reeds. I'm surprised they haven't casted them already. So, obviously, Seth Rogen should be the Thing. Obviously,
And I swear, if that happened and like we got that casting, and then it would be like Seth Rogen as the Thing, I would be exponentially upset.
I heard a rumor of that, and I was like, I don't know how that would make any sense, like at all. He's already Donkey Kong. What more does he want from film? He's playing Donkey Kong.
That's already gonna be the biggest role of his career. So
he's already getting a solo Donkey Kong spinoff apparently. So
what? That's a joke, right?
No. Also, I heard there was a rumor about the Mario movie. I don't know if you're gonna like it, but apparently, the movie starts off with Mario like living in New York. Like he doesn't live in the Mushroom Kingdom. He gets like transported to the Mushroom Kingdom. So it starts off like Mario Odyssey, where he's like in the city. And apparently there's going to be musical moments in the film.
Musical moments?
Yeah, in a Mario movie, and it's Illumination, so it's going to be like Sing. It's going to be Sing and Mario. You're going to hear Jack Black have a singing scene as Bowser. Are you not excited?
I would probably blow my brains out in the theater.
Over the children.
Like I'm not. Like I would shoot and my blood would splatter all over the children nearby.
And Anna Taylor-Joy is gonna sing about the Northmen as Princess Peach and how much she wants to fuck it.
Facts.
Honestly, though, I like the Northmen like more I think about it.
Yeah, it really grows on you. Like it's just that kind of movie. It's definitely deep, and I respect that a lot. I really like Robert Eggers. He's really good.
You're really good.
No, don't say that.
Why not? Aren't you hyped? Let me actually
It's
find
not.
this. I'm gonna look up this Mario leak because I want to hear your reaction to. I don't know if it's an actual leak, but if somebody like reported what the plot's gonna be, and it sounded fucking weird. Okay, so apparently the guy who leaked it, the post got banned, so it's probably real. So,
Nice.
the art style is cartoonish and full of life and color. It's said to be very similar art style to Hotel Transylvania, but with Mario. So it's gonna be Hotel Transylvania animation with Mario.
You know, honestly, thinking about it, that's exactly what I want.
Is it?
No.
The humor is a bit mixed. It's very punny / meta. Not for everyone, but there is no dabbing, no fart jokes. That's good. I'm kind of surprised by that. It's Illumination. They literally made the fart gun, so...
That is true.
For
That is kind of a shocker, honestly.
For character designs, Mario and Luigi have slight redesigns. They also start off the movie of more worn and dusty suits with a muted color scheme. Oh, that's whatever. I don't care. They switch over to their more iconic colors later on in the movie, and they have Brooklyn accents. So Chris Pratt's gonna have a Brooklyn accent. And they're not even gonna look like their characters until like halfway into the movie, which is exactly what I want.
Well, this is starting to sound more and more like the 1990s live action one. Like that went horribly. What?
For other characters, Donkey Kong Jr., Pauline, and Toadsworth are said to appear. Daisy is a name dropped. There are some female Toads, but not sure if they're specifically named Toadette. Well, that would make canonical sense, but okay. There also is a non-villainous character referred to as Spike, who shows up at the beginning and again at the end to congratulate them. He's kind of a greedy, bossy character. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, then.
When it comes to enemy types, there are Goombas, Koopas, Hammer Bros, Bullet Bills, and their towers, Bonzi Bills, Lokitos, and 2 potentially new enemy types. Why would you introduce new enemy? One is described as these black things with teeth that kind of look like ink. The other one is described as these tiny, cute ninja things. However, it's possible these are the fuzzy and ninja enemies, the former being a ball of fur. Oh, you mean the little fucking chain chomp looking things? The movie has a narration? What? Oh, it's narrated by Charles Martinet, the iconic Mario's voice actor. Oh.
Charles Martinet.
Oh, he's going to be a narrator in the film?
Exciting.
He goes to the different jobs Mario's had before joining the wrecking crew. What? He fights Donkey Kong and saves Mario in the real world. Mario fights Donkey Kong and saves someone, as the fight is said to be choreographed really well and is quite fast-paced. He fights Donkey Kong in the real world? So I guess in this real one, Mario's famous when he hears reports of gorillas and turtles fighting. He goes into the sewers to investigate. Isn't this literally the live-action movie? Underground, there are a ton of gorillas, some partying, others playing drums. He runs into an older, cranky Donkey Kong. This could be Cranky Kong. Well, the Donkey Kong with the tie we see nowadays is his son and tries to communicate, but he can't because Mario doesn't speak gorilla. They end up falling through a pipe into the Mushroom Kingdom. So he's not from Mushroom Kingdom. So the first song of the film is from Jack Black. In this song, Bowser sings as we see his younger years and his desire to take over Mushroom Kingdom. He then kidnaps Princess Peach, blows up Mushroom Kingdom, and heads first. So Bowser's a terrorist. And then he sings it. We're going to see Bowser's origin story as he sings. Mario and Captain Toad go on a journey to stop Bowser. At some point, we get a second song about plumbing.
What?
What? Wait, Captain Toad? That's from Mario Galaxy. Why would he be in this movie? Where's Luigi?
Where's Charlie Day Luigi, bro?
Luigi's concerned because Mario's been gone for quite some time, so he goes into the sewers to investigate and ends up in Mushroom Kingdom, specifically the Forbidden Forest, where he runs into Yoshi. Mario goes to fight Bowser, but is defeated. So Mario's defeated, so that's the end, right? And then he gets dropped off into the Forbidden Forest, where he meets up with Luigi and Yoshi. They get new costumes with their iconic colors. At some point, they come across 3 Bowser clones. Is that in any of the games?
Bowser clones?
Bowser makes clones of himself. They are mostly there to tell jokes, but once they are defeated, they shapeshift into the gross, indescribable combination of enemies. What?
What is going on right now?
At some point before the final battle, the final song plays where basically everyone sings. The Toads sing about saving the princess. Mario and Luigi sing about not losing hope, while Bowser and Peach argue to the beat of the song. So just domestic abuse is the background of the song. Okay. Oh, this really ends like the fucking Wii game. In the end, Comet gives Bowser a mushroom, causing him to grow. Again, consistent. He chases Mario and Luigi through the pipe maze across many different locations. A desert, ocean, forest, and cloudy area. Power-ups like the Flame Flower and Star make an appearance here as well, but don't appear anywhere else in the movie. So there's no power-ups in the movie.
Oh, cool.
And Bowser becomes a kaiju, that's the ending. Yoshi also fights with Comic? Is that the witch lady?
Yeah.
Because they have history, Yoshi and the witch have history.
Exciting.
At the end of the chase, they trick Bowser into going through the last pipe, ending up in his own lava pit. What? Mario decides to open up a plumbing service in the Mushroom Kingdom, and this is pretty much where the movie ends. Post-credit scene is Bowser's skeleton. This is likely hinting at a dry Bowser.
Nice.
Wait, the ending is just Bowser's corpse, and I'm like, oh my god, Easter. Oh god. It sounds like the Lego movie in a way with the plot-themed songs and many different characters. I mean, what do you think? Does this sound good to you?
To be honest with you, it sounds like a masterpiece.
I mean, I guess it sounds better than I thought it would be, but it sounds a lot like the original movie.
Yeah, that's what's kind of weird. I don't know, like...
Maybe this isn't real, but it sounds real, so... I just know
it does, unfortunately, kind of sound real, yeah.
I know you're a Nintendo fan, so I thought I'd let you know.
Yeah.
I know we're all excited for Sonic 3, though, not with Shadow, so...
I'm not excited for Sonic 3, personally.
Somebody was like, the post-credit scene should be a coin portal opening up, and you see, like, an old Italian guy. And then the fourth film is Mario and Sonic.
No, it really shouldn't be.
What if they set up a Sega universe?
I would be baffled.
Whomstava. Anything else you want to talk about?
How stupid you are, obviously.
Ellis has been under a lot of stress lately, so if he says anything mean, just don't believe him.
That's straight cap.
Is it? Alright, Ellis, before our next podcast, I'm going to need you to rewatch every single Fast and Furious film.
I would rather die. I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
Because why would I ever want to do that?
Because you're a fan, obviously.
No, I'm not. I'm not a fan.
I saw Joey posted Fast X, and he's like, I'm hyped for this one.
course he is. Of course you are, Joey. Shut up, Joey.
But I thought you said he didn't like F9, so I was like, I don't know why you're excited for the next one.
Who would have liked F9? Jesus. If you would have liked F9, I would have been extremely disappointed.
The funny thing is with the critics, Fast 9 got it got a 59% from critics. That is over half that say they enjoy F9. And the audience score is an 82% for F9. So, I guess, speaking from Rotten Tomatoes, we're in the minority on enjoying this film.
If that's the case, then we need to figure out a different planet to live on.
Yeah. Also, Doctor Strange 2 has a 79%, so it's only 20% behind F9 critically. Which, I haven't seen Doctor Strange 2, of course, but I'm assuming it's going to be vastly better than F9, like, in every sense.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. One of the negative reviews for Doctor Strange 2 complains that it's too geeky. It's a Marvel. It's a Sam Raimi Marvel film. That is what I am coming for. A psychedelic mind flip masterpiece. Okay, I'll pay for that ticket, please. Why does Firestarter come out on my fucking birthday? That's Christ. Last year,
so you can go see it for your birthday?
I had fucking Spiral. Spiral came out a year ago, bro.
What?
Spiral came out like a year ago. We saw it for our birthdays, remember?
Oh, that's true, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's already May. It doesn't really feel like May, so.
It doesn't feel like May at all.
Somebody sent me a birthday card, and I was like, wait, my birthday's in like 10 days. I didn't even realize that.
Yikes.
I mean, obviously nobody needs to give me anything because I don't need anybody's gifts. But obviously.
It's you.
I know, it's not the drugs or the alcohol, it's me. I get it.
In fact, yes.
You know what? Let's just make this the longest podcast to date by not stop talking. It's been an hour.
Or we could not do it.
You don't want to record with me?
I mean, I do, but that seems a little ridiculous to just keep it going for no reason.
Yeah, I know. I mean, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about?
Not really. I enjoy Wes Anderson, but we kind of already covered that.
Yeah, we talked about that for maybe 10 minutes.
What?
We talked about that for 10 minutes, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll probably stop recording now. Yeah, but like and subscribe, of course. Next episode will be all face cam entirely.
Or maybe it won't.
True.
Crazy idea, I know.
Yeah, we'll be diversifying content. We'll be making a short film over the summer. That'll be our own F9 spinoff.
No.
Okay, fine. We'll make a horror short film.
Also, no.
Why not?
Because you're so gay.
Why do you hate me so?
I don't hate. What?
Why do you rank Jasmine above me, bro?
Huh?
Why do you put Jasmine Edmondson above me on your best friends list?
I would. Who said that? I never said that.
You said it. Literally, you said it 2 seconds ago.
I didn't, though. I literally didn't.
Yeah, I know. But...
Well, then why are you claiming so?
It's a slander you?
What?
To put your name in the literal dirt. Bitch. I'm just kidding.
Yikes.
I respect
you. Calm down there.
I respect you highly and I love you dearly. Is what I would say. I'm just kidding.
I will avenge you, father.
And then his mother like viciously makes out with him.
No, they just kissed.
Yeah, that was very uncomfortable. But yeah, if we record for 30 more seconds, it'll be an hour and a half. So we're gonna do that. Catch us next week or the week after. Please give us your views.
Or the week after that.
Please give us your views and subscribers because I dearly need money. Please. I don't care.
I don't.
I want your money. I'm doing this only for the money. Please give me your money now.